Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. I do think about the holiday season nowadays and remember the past, the much simpler past. You know, the good old days, as they call them. But more importantly, like so many people of my age, we remember sitting there, whether it was in front of the TV, sitting at the dining room table, in the kitchen, in our bedroom, with the J.C. Penney Christmas catalog and the Sears Wish book. Because that was where you saw what was coming out. That was where you saw things that you could put on your Christmas list. I'm amazed. We got Christmas lists from 3 or 4 of our nieces and nephews over Thanksgiving. And sure, they can look up on the internet, I'm sure, and they can find things. I don't know if they were using, again, I don't know if the 9-year-old necessarily knows to look on Google, but they knew what they wanted, and they had a whole list of things they wanted. Now, of course, when we did Christmas lists back in the day, we would tell you what page in the Sears Wish book it was. And so much of that you had to go through the catalog system. You had to go through their warehouse system. So it wasn't like you could just walk down to Sears and pick it up. But again, back in my day too, we had the big toy stores, the Toys R Us. And even if you didn't live in a town that had a Toys R Us, which I didn't at the time, there was always one in a nearby big city. So if my parents went to Chicago for Christmas or something like that, I knew they had Bargaintown USA, which became Toys R Us. And I knew where to go to find the cool slot cars. And I'd take any birthday money that was left over, any Christmas money I got early, and if we were making a trip up to see family there, boom, I'd make sure to take care of it. Didn't happen every year, but I always saved that money for those big trips to the big toy store. And most towns had their big toy stores. Nowadays, you can't find that as much. And I think that's part of, maybe it's part of why I don't get as inspired anymore. What's funny, though, is about this time of year, every year, you'll see people my age on Facebook talking about the Sears Wish book and talking about the joy. And man, I can't tell you how many presents I got out of it. I mean, just weird things. One year was some bedspread I wanted that had all the names of all the NFL teams. If you looked up Sears NFL bedspread, you could probably still find it on Google right now. Looking back at it, it was ugly as could be, but had all the names stylized in the way they were and had, you know, a variety of colors. And boy, I had that bedspread on my bed for years. And I wasn't even the biggest NFL fan, but for some reason I wanted that bedspread, and I got it, and I know it was out of the Sears Wish book. But I guess it's not the same when you've got Amazon. And I'll be honest, it's not easy to shop for Christmas on Amazon, because when you look for one thing, at the bottom of the page it tells you, here are 27 other things you could consider, 27 other variations, if you will. Looking for a camera bag for somebody, and I've been looking for a camera bag for myself, and it's like, you know, how do you know what to buy? I've saved to look at and to compare and to contrast probably 20 different camera bags, all very similar in style, but it depends on what exact sizing there is by the inches. And I can't imagine. Maybe some kids do that and go through that. Maybe we've given people too many choices. I know some argue that could be a bad thing. I'm not going to complain, though, not at all. I do remember looking at that Wish book back in the day. Ooh, what a fun time. Back next week, another Road Warrior. KevinMason.us, home for all of our Road Warrior videos. We've got them up on YouTube, of course. We've got them up on Facebook. Wherever you're watching, we're there. We thank you for sharing. We thank you for caring. And we hope you're having a good holiday season. Hope you're having good holidays this year. Because you know what? Don't worry about me. I will be just fine. Love it that you're here. Love it when you come back again next week. I appreciate it. Thanks.